In my most recent documentary, we talked about Blast CFB, one of the former top players in the game during the time of 2.0 and early 2.1, and one of the critical talking points in that documentary was WcropoliX. WcropoliX is infamous for being, for the time at least, a very rate-worthy level that Blast put his time and effort into verifying it only for it to be blatantly denied the rate it deserved. It's a shame really, cause it could have changed the game in a big way. In this series we'll be looking over several legendary levels that have or could have changed the game in a multitude of ways, or are just really special. This is the legendary levels of Geometry Dash. WcropoliX was a collaboration with Mafia, Miro, and Knifecap. It was a super buffed rebirth of Wcropolis, and is Blast's hardest ever verification project. It was verified and published by Blast CFB himself. The inspiration for this level came from two things. One was Wcropolis, a very easy level by the user Key-Master. The other inspiration factor was Souls TRK's remake of Acropolis, named WcropoliX, a buffed, redecorated version of the origin level Acropolis by Zobros. These two key factors shaped this legendary level into what it is. The first preview of the level came on the 12th of April 2016. The level was buffed to borderline extreme demon difficulty, but the decoration and song stayed the same. The title of the video, translated to English, said that Blast needed help with developing the level. The next video related to WcropoliX was titled Next Demon Answering Doubts. Now I don't understand Spanish, so I can only assume the video was responding to those who doubted him about WcropoliX. On June 19th, 2016, the final preview for WcropoliX was released. In this video we see several changes compared to the first preview. The first change is the most obvious, the song. The Big Black song had been banned, and Blast was in need of a new song that could sync to the level. The second major change was the decoration. The upgrade in deco was significantly better than the original WcropoliX, and for the time it was created, it was definitely rate-worthy. When looking at it, it's a very sharp 1.9 design with a bit of 2.0 designs and features to make for a very iconic and legendary level. The final major change to come to this level was the difficulty. Compared to the original WcropoliX was essentially a hyper buff version that makes the original look like a 3-star level. The difficulty was from what I estimate is around Hatred difficulty, and is definitely harder than Bloodbath, but it would likely place it second and then be moved up to first sooner or later when people realize that the timings, wave sections, and straight fly parts are much harder than Bloodbath's. It would undoubtedly be moved to number 1. With the level now finally finished, the verification would begin. The first progression video was released a month after the final preview on July 22nd, 2016. In this video he achieved 52 for the second time, and it showed us the absolute caliber of this level's difficulty. 2 days later, on July the 24th, 2016, he posted a video that translated to the most difficult of WcropoliX. In this video, he got 3 different records on WcropoliX, 68, then 69, and later 71. A day later, on July 25th, while streaming, he achieved a new record of 77. The verification of this level seemed close, and on July the 31st, 2016, Blast CFB finally verified WcropoliX, and this remains one of his most popular videos, but WcropoliX would await an unfortunate future. What lies in the future is nothing but a sad and disappointing ending for WcropoliX. Since the verification, the level has remained unrated for 4.5 years. The reason this may be shocking to some, if you don't know, is basically when RobTop was presented with WcropoliX, he denied its rate due to its connection with Acropolis, a level he never really liked. This is one of many examples that show RobTop's unprofessional, hypocritical bias when it comes to rating levels. It's a shame that in 2.1, levels like Low Death and XO, among many other levels, are less rate-worthy than WcropoliX, are rated but WcropoliX isn't. And let's go into the nitty-gritty of what I'm talking about here. Let's start with Low Death. Low Death is just a buff version of a 9-star level High Life, and yet it's rated. But it has early 2.0 garbage decoration syndrome, and there's really no point in it existing. It's more or less the equivalent of one of those buffed level challenges you see when you look up a popular level and go to the recent tab of shit. XO is another one of Karamel's projects. It's very obviously a 1.0 themed extreme demon with 2.0 and 2.1 features, and that level's deco and gameplay isn't very good, and yet it is rated, and this is due to a bias RobTop has towards certain creators like Karamel and Viperin, where any level they make that's actually a serious project, that's at least a full-length level, will get rated, but WcropoliX was blatantly ignored by him. The bias and unprofessionalism from the creating community is something I'll cover in the future called The Dark Side of the Creating Community and All the Problems Within the Creating Community is a video in itself. My whole point is, why are these levels that are poorer quality than WcropoliX rated, but WcropoliX isn't? Many things could have changed if WcropoliX was rated. The most obvious one is that Blast might have stayed with the game, and the reason for this is quite simple. The time and effort he put into WcropoliX, then verifying it only for it to be blatantly ignored, might have demotivated him, and left a sour taste in his mouth about the trust he had in RobTop and the game as a whole. The second thing to consider that likely would have changed is that timing and wave levels coupled with straight flying would become the norm for super hard levels of the future, and levels like Erebus, Black Blizzard, and Devil Vortex like levels would pop up more frequently and shape the future of difficulty. And like C1997 mentioned, Blast, if he stayed with the game, might have made another timing level at Yatagarasu or above difficulty, but we may never know this since he left. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like down below and also subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification button to stay up to date with my content here on YouTube. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server, The Thunder Zone, where you can chat with me and my friends and other members of the server. The link to both of those will be down below in the description, and also leave a comment down below to let me hear your thoughts on the video, or if you just want to talk about some GD related stuff. Do you think WcropoliX should be rated? Let me know down below. This has been your host, STORrm, and goodbye.